All right, this one's called Slowing Down. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I'll be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. During the darkest days of the Reformation, Martin Luther faced overwhelming fear and doubt. He turned to Psalm 46 for solace. Be still and know that I am God, reminded him to pause and trust in God's strength. Inspired by this, he wrote, A mighty fortress is our God, a hymn that became his battle cry against despair. Like Luther, we can slow down, lean on God's refuge, and find peace in our struggles. Here are a couple lines from Martin Luther's A Mighty Fortress is Our God. A mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing. Did we in our own strength confide, our striving would be losing. These lines emphasize trusting in God's unshakable strength rather than relying on our own efforts, encouraging us to pause to find refuge and peace in God. Exodus 14:14, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. The point of this talk about slowing down is to stop trying to control and instead trust God. Financial stress, work and career demands, relationships and family strains, health concerns, burnout, uncertainty of the future. And that list doesn't even mention the additional difficulties related to recovery, guilt and shame, triggers and cravings, social stigma, and isolation. The list goes on and on. When we try to control, it isn't pretty. It doesn't look like what you think it looks like. It looks like us avoiding by running to anything but God. At best, it's us watching TV as our dishes overflow. It is us scrolling TikTok videos for hours instead of disciplining our children. It's us getting snippy at our spouses, flicking people off in traffic. At worst, it's us getting high, drunk, looking at porn, raging at our spouses and children, gambling, whatever our thing is. For some of us, relapse could be shopping, eating, or manipulation. How do we slow down and trust God with our stuff? First, we have to believe that He can and will help us. Step 2, we came to believe that God could restore us to sanity. Then we have to let Him. Step 3, we made a decision to turn our wills and our lives over to the care of God. Believing that God is doing something to help us with our stuff is the trick. Why do you yell at your spouse? The alternative is to not get the last word in and trust that God is going to work it out. Really think about that. If you trust God to work it out in the natural, it looks like you conceded. We look like we lost the argument. We have to trust God with a couple things in that scenario then, don't we? We have to trust that God is going to defend our honor. That's one thing. Another is that we have to trust that God is going to teach and grow our spouse. If we do allow God to work it out, an interesting thing happens. God defends both of your honor and teaches and grows both of you. Because guess what? You weren't right either. God does it without causing hurt and pain. He does it while growing you in intimacy with your spouse, not tearing it down. To activate trust in God and faith in this situation, and any like it, is to mindfully pray in your mind to give it to God. Intentionally pray in silence for God to help you and your spouse heal and find peace. Outwardly, at first, this might be upsetting to your spouse. They might find you being distant where before you would engage. Share with them that you are trying to trust God with tensions and conflicts. Maybe it will lead into you both praying together. This goes for many different but similar situations. Conflicts at work with coworkers and your boss, customer service disputes, parenting tensions. Lamentations 3:25-26. The Lord is good to those who wait for him. To the soul who seeks him, it is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Do you believe that verse? Are you living your life as though you believe it? Or are you living your life as though nothing gets done unless you do it yourself? Have you ever tried getting out of God's way? I promise you, if you tried for a month, you will have your faith blown up and trust God in ways you never knew was possible. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. What's it look like to wait for God? I know what not waiting for God looks like. It's having a decision in front of you and making a knee-jerk reaction. Have you ever seen someone you admire for their strong faith face an obvious choice, yet then pause and say, I'll pray about it? Sometimes for days? Like, what in the world? What is going on there? Lamentations 3:25-26. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Did you know that the average urge lasts anywhere from a few minutes to a half hour? And more often than not, calling your sponsor makes it end right then and there. Let me read that again. And more often than not, calling your sponsor makes it end right then and there. Just imagine if every time you had a 30-minute urge to use, you jumped into the Bible or prayer, or both. Game changer. Another example of slowing down as a form of letting go and letting God is with our worries and anxieties. Again, it's a matter of believing that God is going to do something. If you're stressed out, run to God. He's your comforter. Fear is believing the enemy. God is love. Love casts out all fear. Slowing down is all about being intentional. It's step 11. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry it out. God is not a distant and far off God who has set the earth in motion like the gears of a clock. He is here and actively involved with our lives, if we let him. We just have to be intentional through prayer, through meditation. He will go to bat for us. He will change our hearts, minds, ideas, feelings. He will restore relationships. He will give us creative ideas and solutions. He will comfort us and give us hope. He will bring us peace. He is our security. He is our strength. He will put people in our lives. He will protect us, guide us, provide for us. He heals us. Okay. Can't do a talk about this without also saying slow down does just mean slowing down. Like physically moving slower. One of the reasons we used to use was because we actually like drama. Or, well, not so much that we like drama, we just didn't like being bored. Slowing down is embracing the simple things. Going to work, then a few hours later, going to bed and going to work again in the morning over and over in and of itself is mundane until you apply step 11. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry it out. Is your day for you, by you, about you? Is your day kingdom focused? Or is your day kingdom focused? What if you woke up and prayed? What if you then read some Bible? What if you listened to worship music on your commute? What if you listened to the still small voice of Holy Spirit and saw what he was doing to turn your job site into a mission field. Same thing when you get home. Your home is a ministry unto itself. Men, you're the pastor of your home. You're the provider, protector, pursuer. Ladies, you're the helper. That's no small, menial task. It's a big deal. Doing the will of the Lord is anything but boring. When you start doing His will, you'll find out. The grass becomes greener. Blue skies become bluer. Stopping to smell the roses is the result of a healed life. You don't do it to become healed. You do it because you are healed. You slow down when you surrender to God. You slow down when you learn to trust Him. You slow down when you believe God is who He says He is. You slow down when you stop trying to control. You slow down when you seek Him. You slow down when you work the steps. And you don't do it, God slows you down. And when He does, that's recovery.